The Duke of Edinburgh would seat himself ready at the breakfast table laid out by palace servants at 8:30 a.m. every day and would expect to see his old Robert's radio positioned exactly on his right. Prince Philip would be served breakfast at 8:30 a.m. while listening to Radio 4 as part of a robust daily regime. The 99-year-old Duke of Edinburgh died peacefully at Windsor Castle on Friday morning, just 2 months before his 100th birthday. The Queen announced her deep sorrow as she confirmed the death of her husband of 73 years, who was the longest-serving consort in British history. As part of his strict breakfast regime, Philip would seat himself ready at a table laid out by palace servants in keeping with royal habits. Cereal and porridge oats were kept in Tupperware boxes, and 2 types of marmalade and a bottle of maple syrup would be in place. The Duke would expect to see his old Robert's radio positioned exactly on his right, just between the yogurt and the fruit bowl, and he would listen to BBC Radio 4 on his wireless, while the Queen fed her toast to the corgis. The secrets of the royal's first meal of the day were exposed by a Mirror reporter in 2003 after he breached palace security to get a job as a footman. Breakfast was served at 8:30 a.m. each day in the Queen's private, first-floor dining room overlooking Buckingham Palace's garden. A thick white napkin embroidered with the EIR emblem would be folded on the table next to the plastic cereal containers. It was perhaps the existence of these modest tubs which generated most surprise among the public. Each item on the table had its exact position, all brought by a tail-coated footman, who followed detailed plans on where to put things. Conversation would turn to the day's official engagements but was often kept to a minimum. Philip apparently liked to start each day with a cup of coffee and a shower, in contrast to the Queen's choice of Earl Grey tea and a bath. After breakfast, the Queen would see to her correspondence and be briefed by her aides. Depending on his diary, during his years of royal service before his retirement, the Duke would carry out a variety of solo visits in the week or support the Queen at her public appearances. High tea would be served back at the palace at 5 p.m. including sandwiches, scones and Dundee cake. Dinner, when there were no guests and no public engagements, was a relaxed affair for the Queen and Philip. They preferred to change into comfortable clothes rather than formal wear. Philip ate almost anything, but avoided oysters on duty. He liked the occasional lager, rather than wine, with his lunch and enjoyed cooking on the barbecue. In 2011, the year he turned 90, Philip undertook a total of 330 royal engagements, while the Queen did 370. In 2016, when he celebrated his 95th birthday, the Duke still carried out 219 engagements, but none of them abroad. In May 2017, it was announced he was retiring from public duties after the summer. The Duke kept busy behind the scenes with meetings, events, and hobbies. On July 22 last year, the proud Philip came out of retirement to meet soldiers in person in what would be his last military engagement. He strode out of Windsor Castle to take part in the official handover of his position as Colonel-in-Chief of the Rifles to Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. After more than 22,000 royal engagements, including many thousands with his own charities and organizations, he had a twinkle in his eye and, true to form, cracked a joke about a soldier's fitness. In his later years, he spent much of his time at Wood Farm on the outskirts of the Queen's private Sandringham estate in Norfolk. He used his time to read, paint and host friends. Announcing his death, a statement from Buckingham Palace said, "It is with deep sorrow that Her Majesty the Queen has announced the death of her beloved husband, His Royal Highness the Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh." His Royal Highness passed away peacefully this morning at Windsor Castle. Further announcements will be made in due course. The royal family join with people around the world in mourning his loss.